Imagine waking up early in the morning, your mind still wrapped in the fog of sleep, but your heart already starting to stir with the thought of something important. You stand to pray, facing the Qibla, and as you begin your salah, you reflect on the beautiful names of Allah. You recite, Maliki Yawm Id-Din, Master of the Day of Judgment. These words are not just syllables. They carry the weight of divine majesty, a reminder that all of us will one day stand before Him, a day that will be the ultimate moment of reckoning. It's humbling to know that He is the owner of this day, the Day of Judgment, where every action, every choice we've made will be accounted for. In this moment of quiet reflection, you think about the mercy that Allah has shown you, the fact that you've been guided, that you're alive to make choices, to seek forgiveness, and to strive towards righteousness. This is all mercy, but then you remember, there will come a day when all of this, the fleeting moments, the distractions, the joys, and even the sorrows, will end. And when it does, it's only Allah's mercy that will matter. This thought fills you with both awe and reverence. As you reflect further, a realization dawns upon you. In this moment, Allah is reminding you to detach from the distractions of this world, the dunya, which can so easily pull you away from what's truly important. You realize that every act of worship, every good deed, is part of a greater purpose, one that you may not always understand, but one that Allah will reward you for. Just as Allah has protected you from doubts and difficulties, so too will He reward you for the efforts you've made in striving for His pleasure, for seeking knowledge, for being patient, for showing kindness. As you ponder these thoughts, you remember the next part of the surah, Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. It is you alone we worship, and you alone we ask for help. When we say these words, we are acknowledging Allah's sovereignty, His right to be worshipped, and the fact that He alone is the source of all strength and assistance. In this line, there's something incredibly powerful about the way it's structured in Arabic. By putting the object before the verb, you alone we worship, rather than we worship you alone, it shows the exclusivity and greatness of Allah. It's a direct and powerful statement of Tawheed, the oneness of Allah. Worship in Islam isn't just about ritual. It's about making Allah the center of everything you do. Whether you're working, resting, helping someone, or even facing challenges, everything can be an act of worship if done with the right intention. And then comes the crucial next part, seeking help. It's one thing to acknowledge Allah as the creator and sustainer, but it's another to admit that you need Him, that you cannot navigate this world without His guidance and support. Iyyaka nasta'in. To you alone we turn for help. This is where you really begin to connect to Allah. When you're struggling, when you've tried everything else and everyone else, you turn to Him, knowing He is the one who can provide true relief. So much of life feels like a series of hurdles, doesn't it? You try to climb one, only to find another waiting ahead. But in these words, there's a reminder that you don't have to carry these burdens alone. When you're overwhelmed, when things feel impossible, turn to Allah. He's the only one who truly understands your pain, your struggles, your joys, and your hopes. And in asking for help, you acknowledge your reliance on Him, humbling yourself before His vast mercy. Now you move into the next part of the prayer. You ask Allah for guidance. Idina as Sirat al-Mustaqim. Guide us to the straight path. This part is both a plea and a statement of your intention. You're not just asking Allah to show you the path, but to keep you steadfast on it. You're recognizing that guidance isn't just something you receive once and forget. It's something you need every day, every moment, to stay on the right path. The Prophet, peace be upon him, used to ask Allah to make his heart firm in faith. This is a reminder that guidance is a continuous journey. This prayer, this invocation, is a conversation between you and Allah. And as you stand there, saying these words, you think of how Allah has guided you so far in life, how He has saved you from confusion, doubt, and despair. Your heart feels lighter, more connected to Him, knowing that everything, every moment, is a part of a bigger story. And just as you've been shown mercy and guidance up to this point, you trust that Allah will continue to guide you, both in this world and the next. As the prayer continues, you remember what the scholars say. This surah, this beautiful chapter of the Quran, contains one of the most powerful du'as, the best supplication. It's a call to action. It's a reminder to align your actions with your beliefs. You acknowledge who Allah is, admit that you need Him, and ask for His guidance. But you also need to act. You need to live in a way that reflects this acknowledgement. Reflecting on this, you think about the great value of this supplication in your life. It's not just something you recite mindlessly. It's something that shapes your worldview. It gives you direction. It provides clarity in moments of doubt. And as you finish your prayer, you feel a deep sense of peace, knowing that you have asked the one who controls everything for help, for guidance, and for mercy. You remember that you're not alone in this. You're part of a bigger journey, and with Allah's help, you will walk the straight path. With every hardship, there's reward. With every trial, there's growth. And with every prayer, there's a moment to reconnect, to reflect, and to renew your intention. As you conclude your prayer, you remind yourself, trust in Allah. Trust that He is the owner of the day of judgment, that He is the one you turn to for help, and that He is the only one who can guide you to the straight path. Everything in life is a test, but with trust in Him, you will find peace in the process. This understanding, this connection to Allah, transforms the way you view every part of your life, giving it meaning, purpose, and a sense of peace that no worldly success can ever provide.